Tommy Guilfoyle, a councillor who believes in people, community and respect for the responsibility to serve. As a trade unionist, GAA coach and active volunteer, Tommy stands up for workers' rights, better housing and stronger local services. If you need assistance, please contact me. Best wishes to Clarecastle in the Premier Intermediate Final.
Berwick Solicitors, a full-service firm for personal and business litigation. Clear guidance, trusted support, proven results. With offices in Dublin, Galway and Ennis. Call 065 6828 990. Berwick Solicitors. Experience, integrity, expertise you can rely on.
There's always a warm welcome waiting at Jack's Place on Main Street, Kilkishen. Join Declan, Siobhan and the team for great company, great crack and a friendly atmosphere every time. Call 087 670 9465. Jack's Place, Kilkishen, where good friends meet.
Custom sportswear and workwear by Baru Sports in Ennis and Shannon. From clubs and schools to local businesses, we design quality gear that looks sharp and lasts. Baru Sports Ennis and Shannon, custom made for your team, your work, your game. Call us now on 061 364 750.
Banner Steel, your local steel stockholders, specialising in cutting and bending reinforcing steel. For quality and service you can rely on, call 065 682 2260 or email info@bannersteel.ie. Best wishes to Clarecastle in the Premier Intermediate Final from all at Banner Steel.
Sensori, specialists in the built environment, delivering excellence through innovation, integrity and care. With over 500 skilled staff, 100 clients and a €100 million turnover, we provide world-class service 24/7, 365 days a year, setting the standard in safety, quality and performance. Sensori, building smarter, safer and stronger for the future.
Good afternoon and you're very, very welcome here to an unseasonably sunny Zimmer Biomed Park, Eastog, for what is the inaugural Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship final between O'Callaghan's Mills and Clarecastle. It's the first time that this Premier Intermediate Championship has been played for, but the consequences are still the same. The carrot of senior redemption is on the line for one of these teams here today. And delighted to be joined by Ger O'Connell, who has the proud holder of an intermediate medal back in 2007 with Clonlara, but they went on to win senior the next day. The next year we'll hopefully see if one of these teams can bounce on. Well, for the moment, I suppose you're a huge tradition, obviously, two senior clubs, but there's only one of them can get up here today. You know, there's a very, very proud tradition we can see in the colour and the atmosphere around the place. So it's a fabulous occasion.
Yeah, even walking up, you could feel the atmosphere of the Maggies coming here big and strong with the crowd they have. And say, to look at the start of the year, both of these teams would have been expecting themselves to get here, you know, but it's grand saying that at the start of the year when that's the ultimate aim, like, but to get here, it's a hard journey, you know. Premier Intermediate, what it is now is just such a hard division to get out of, you know, and to get to this point, as I said, is where these wanted to be, and as you said, they're both proud senior clubs in their own eyes, you know, and kind of the loser just would not want to go through this again next year.
But what a competition has been, you know, the split this year. There was an intermediate, obviously a dramatic final as well this morning, the Smith O'Brien's a last second goal to actually win it, but then there's this Premier Intermediate that have got the top 10 teams vying vying for senior, and it's made the world of difference, isn't it?
Yeah, it's so competitive, and just a massive shout out to Killoo as well. It's a massive win for them as a club, you know, to get back up to Premier Intermediate, and to do it the way they did as well is great. But no, I just think this is, as I said earlier, this is such a hard division to get out of, and the competition as well has just got better with the 10, which is, I think it's great. I think it's just meant for better games, and as you see, most of the games have been high scoring and really, really competitive, you know. So as I said, to get to this point for these two teams is big, you know, because the games have been very competitive.
Yeah, we're just going to have a look at the teams now, and we'll be glad to note that both teams are as they are in the programme, 1 to 15, which is certainly delighted for us anyway, that's for sure. We'll start with the O'Callaghan's Mills that are here on the left-hand side as Killian Nugent in goal. Full back line of Cathal McNamara, Conor Cooney and Keith Donlan. A half back line of Sean Cotter, Aidan O'Gorman, who's the captain, and Aidan Fall. A midfield pairing of Fionn Hickey and Cormac Murphy. The half forward line is Jacob Lucknan, Darren Maroney and Conor Henry. And the full forward unit of Sean Boyce, Colm Cleary and Gary Cooney. And for the black and white of Clarecastle, it's Cian Broderick in goal. A full back line of Stephen O'Halloran, David Toohey and Philip Wyszynski. Half back line is Evan Price, Aaron Hayes and Keane Galvin. The midfield is Conor Whelan and the captain Colin Brigdale. The half forward line is Josh Brack, Conor Halpin and Conor Ralph. And a full forward line of Rory O'Connell, Harry Doherty and Paul O'Connell. And I must say, Jar, one of the features of the championship, whether it was senior, intermediate, junior this year, has been the amount of young players that have broken through, just been their first year at that level. You know, the Jerry O'Connors, the Darren Maroneys, and we're seeing it here with these two teams as well. You know, it's fantastic that it used to say, you know, give them experience, take their time, but it seems that these younger players are better ready for adult hurling when they come out of minor.
They are, and I think, like from a Clarecastle point of view, to have the injection of Conor Ralph, Paul O'Connell and Harry Doherty into your forward ranks here, you know, it's no. Like these boys have come through the Clare development system where they are coming through this ready, you know, they're gym ready, they're tactically, they're really inept, you know, or not inept, that's the opposite, isn't it? they're really adept, of ready to go and play intermediate or senior hurling, you know. And look, that is a massive thing this year where you have the younger players are just coming in and they're really coming in firing, and I can't see any reason today as well, you know, even with the middle. Sean Boyce is just a fantastic young hurler, you know. He really shot on with the Clare 20s last year, and look, he'll be a real focal point for the Mills as well today.
No, absolutely, and we're seeing that, like Clooney Quinn, what a breakthrough year they had, so many young players coming through. Same thing in the football, St. Joseph Dorberth, a very, very young side, Clare in the intermediate, and we're seeing it here with Clarecastle. And the average age, someone was telling me early on, is 21 for Clarecastle and 28 for the Mills. And you know, that bit of experience is massive as well, because we were having a look through the programme earlier and see that 9 of these players played in the 2020 senior final. Now that surely has to count for something.
No, it is. It's like that experience, you know. It's nice to say that we have a young squad and young team, but like a lot of those lads wouldn't have been at this, you know, I played in a game of this magnitude for their club, you know. Like this is a massive game for both clubs, you know, to get back into the senior ranks is where they all want to be, like. So look, that experience, as you said, for the Mills, who are, look, as you said, the average age is a lot more than what the Clarecastle's is. So that's the great matchup that we have here, is that kind of experience that the Mills have. Will that show as the game rolls on, and it will be a tight game, you know, that's no doubt, or will the fresh legs and the youth of Clarecastle really show up and kind of run the Mills into the ground, you know. So they're the fascinating part of this game.
We saw there from even the Rowan, the semi-final between the Mills and Rowan, that they were bringing off the bench Patrick Donlan, who captain of the 2013 All-Ireland winning team for Clare, and Brian Donlan as well, a man of serious experience for the Mills, so no shortage of experience on the bench as well. They're just coming to the end of their warm-ups now, and we're ready to go because the captains have had the toss. They've looks like they're going to swap over. It might be Clarecastle's going to play down towards the Aldi end, which means that the wind is going the opposite direction. Perhaps the Mills are going to play with that wind in the opening half. Do you think for maybe a young team that a good start is quite necessary for a Clarecastle to get into this game? You know, a lot of question marks with young players that they'd have to get a prerequisite to get a good start.
Yeah, absolutely, it is. You know, you think that experience that the Mills would have, you know, is probably more important for Clarecastle to start off really well and get that fast start, where the Mills you'd expect to have that bit of experience to be, so no panic, let's keep ourselves in the game, you know. But yeah, look, the Maggies, if they can get a fast start and get their gander up, you know, they will be hard to stop, because that's just in your mentality as a Clarecastle people, isn't it? That once you're going well, you're flying it, like.
Yeah, the Magpies have to take flight. We'll see what the Mills can produce here. They've got a guard of honour down below. They're ready to get going. We'll just have a word on the managers before we get to any of the matchups, something like that. The two managers are both got inter-county experience. Obviously the Sparrow has won championships in Limerick and won championships at club level, but also managed Clare at the highest level, played at the highest level, won All Ireland's at the highest level. And Sean Doyle equally, the Bullike man has managed the Clare Miners, got them to a couple of Munster finals. I remember that sea of red down there at the time that Clare played Cork in a Munster final, either 2017 or 2018. So two guys of very, very strong experience, which is vital when you have those cool heads and experience in the line.
Yeah, massive, especially for Clare, as you said, with a young group like Clarecastle have, like Anthony Daly's down there doing Waterboy, like that's just to have that inside the dressing room and that experience, that knowledge, and that it's massive to have that. What is Clarecastle as a club? The real pride and of what's happened previous. With the great club teams that you would have had for these guys to be able to live up to that. And it's the same. But look, the Mills are a real strong club and always have been. And their management will no doubt have them fully ready for this.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if there's many of the Clarecastle team that will remember Anthony Daly or Sparrow
I'm
or
sure
Stephen Sheedy.
they're probably watching videos all week.
They're really happy, or fingers for that matter, on the Mills side. The Mills are out. They're ready to rock here. And we saw them look even a couple of years ago. They won a Clare Cup title, which looked to be a vital time. They won it on their own home ground, and you're thinking, they had been to a county final, but they had been flirting with relegation for a long while. These are the last two relegated teams from senior, so that senior kind of experience and kind of muscle memory is still fresh in the minds, isn't it?
Yeah, it's huge, and it shows how competitive that the Clare senior kind of championship is, because look, we've had 4 different semi-finalists this year from the year previous, so that's 8 teams, and then if you are one of those teams who maybe comes bottom of your group, you're really unlucky because of the strength and depth of the championship that is there, but look, the Mills have always been a massive and strong championship team, and look forward to it. It's a beautiful day on. There's very little breeze. The pitch is just immaculate, and it's just it's the makings of a great game.
Well, we're going to listen to the national anthem now, and we'll see just exactly how the teams line out in just a couple of seconds. Well, we're all set to go here. Niall Malone from Erogue is the man in the middle today, and his linesmen are Chris Maguire and Robbie Hart. We're all set to go here, and it is the Mills that are going to be playing with the conditions in the opening half. The prize is senior redemption, and not only that, but the Paddy Brown Cup as well. Let's see how this one's going to go. Will it be the Mills or will it be the Maggies? We're about to find out here. Just waiting for Niall Malone to throw in the ball, and interesting to see that Keane Galvin here is at midfield.
Yes. And
the ball is thrown in, and immediately it's Conor Whelan on the ball and gets it off to your aforementioned Keane Galvin. And Keane Galvin right down here on the right wing, that's where Conor Ralph is. And Conor Ralph, can he have a shot at the post? Oh, it's a great block from Aidan Fall, immediately getting his body on the ball. And now it's the Mills to pick up. It's Aidan O'Gorman, the captain. Just that little bit of experience there now as Killian Nugent spreads the play. He's looking right down here. There's lots of space for Gary Cooney, and Gary Cooney just taken off the ball by David Toohey. Ball a little bit scrappy at the moment, but Harry Doherty tries to get on the ball, but that's perfectly picked up by Sean Boyce. And Sean Boyce, he's under a little bit of pressure here because Rory O'Connell has it. Rory O'Connell is going down the left wing. He's going to have a shot. It's not going to reach the target. He's going to reach his foot. Oh, his brother Paul for a second, and it goes out for a 65. It's been frantic a couple of minutes here, but I suppose we're waiting for just things to settle down and get into a bit of pattern.
They will settle down a bit. This is just the usual start, first couple of minutes of the championship, especially in the final. But look, you'll see that a lot with the Mills. They will use new Nugent a lot to recycle ball, and he's brilliant at finding space and to runner. Look, that ball is a lovely ball inside to the forward. Maybe should have been kept clean, but look, you'd love to see where Rory Cullen there was really aggressive and won that ball. And look, they're 65 now for Clarecastle.
Yeah, Paul O'Connell has he's taken over the frees in the last couple of games. He's got 124 in the championship so far. 18 of those have been from placed balls, so let's see what he can do here now. It's the first shot at the post. He's against the breeze, but it looks a fairly straight breeze, it must be said. Lifts and strikes. It's going to go to the left and wide, and that's where we're seeing it already. A little bit of pressure on the shoulders. Now, Killian Nugent straight out with the ball, and he's looking over here for Fionn Hickey. The ball breaks through to Jacob Loughnane, but that's a great hurley from the captain, Colin Brigdale, who's playing here at wing back. Got a big task to mark the Mills' top scorer and Jacob Loughnane, and Loughnane immediately getting on, but there are a lot of 50-50 balls here so far. There's still a bit of a pattern to emerge. Conor Whelan back to Brigdale, and Brigdale finds Cian Galvin a little bit of space here, and now Clarecastle moving it through the lines, and Evan Price getting it off to Cian Galvin. Cian Galvin has the ball, he's got a couple of tackles, manages to get the ball back, and it's been recycled down there where Aaron Hayes looks to go down the field. It looks for Josh Brack, but that's beautiful play there from Cathal McNamara just to tidy up and give it off to the captain in Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan O'Gorman has great a man ball inside. That's a great ball. Can he get a first score? He's going to look at the post. Can it go over? Yes, it is over the bar, and it's Cormac Murray on the post for the first one, and it's a fantastic score and a very settling score for the Mills.
Yeah, it was a settling score. Just a beautiful inside ball there to Murphy, who was just sending it right on halfway. Lovely turn straight over.
Yeah, Cian Broderick straight down that left wing, and he's looking for Harry Doherty. He doesn't catch it first time. Rory O'Connell is pushed off the ball there by the Mills man, and now the Mills start to build down the right wing again, and that's where Sean Cotter is going to put the ball in. He's going for a shot again. This one goes to the left and wide, and it's a bit of a let-off, I suppose, but another opportunity for the Mills. And look at this, it's immediately pucked out again. That's where Evan Price is. Price dawdles on it for just a second, and he was caught in possession because that goes straight to Jacob Loughnane. Can he punish what was a mistake? He does. It's straight over the bar, and the Mills are too clear, and that just shows that you just can't afford to be wasting any bit of time.
That's a couple of times now the Mills, like Conor Ralph got just a slow strike here in the corner in the first minute or two, and then same again there, turnover and a great score.
Stephen O'Halloran placed it right down the square. Just shows that the wind wasn't much of a factor there. He was able to go from full back line to full back line. And it's the Mills that pick it up, and again it's possession being robbed here, and that was some brilliant work there from Conor Halpin. It's a great score for Conor Whelan, and that's all about persistence there. Conor Halpin doing the donkey work for Conor Whelan to put over, and a first point for the
long
Maggies.
Ball, that I think you'll see that more from Clarecastle than you will for the Mills. The Mills will try to hit space with their deliveries. Clarecastle will probably go long on top of their players.
Oh, he did. He just took an extra couple of steps as he was trying to go around him, and it is a free in. It's just very, very marginal call, but once he took that bit of extra, that you could hear the shouts for a free and just over
just like for Paul and his first free, it was a real settler to see his nerves. This is a big free now for Paul, because a young lad, first final at this level, to have a second free, and hopefully this goes well for him.
Yeah, he's on the 45-metre line, but obviously out by the touchline. It's not the easiest in the world, but can he put it over? It looks to be good this time. It is good, because the umpire looked to lift the flag. He was going to lift any flag. He was on the green flag, but it was a perfect one from Paul O'Connell, and that's much more like it. We're back level. 5 minutes in. Ball pucked out. Oh, Broderick or Brigdale is there before. Got a bit of a clip from Jacob Loughnane, but they play on, and it's Harry Doherty's inside. Doherty, can he put the Maggies in the lead for the very first time? Clarecastle in front, and Doherty doing well. But what work from Colin Brigdale here just to get that bat ahead of Jacob Loughnane? It's going to be a big target for the Mills.
3 puckers on it that they've tried to hit space, and Brigdale read that, get out in front, nice knockdown, and a fantastic catch then from Harry Doherty. Great score.
Look at that, perfectly placed. Darren Moroney will never get a better chance to open his account. The ball fell perfectly for him, and it just straight over the bar. 3-3, we're level for the second time in the game.
Right place, right time.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially in a final, you want to make the most of it. Conor Ralph, he's under pressure here. He's got 2 Millsmen around him, but he manages to get the ball away. He puts pressure on Conor Halpin, who's under real scrutiny there, but it's Colin Brigdale. Colin Brigdale, can he have his first shot? The wing back, that's just going to go to the left and wide. It's a second wide for the Magpies, but Here we go with Killian Nugent. There's no time to have a break or reset in any of these. Aaron Hayes misses that one. It goes perfectly to Sean Boyce. Sean Boyce has it. Now, he's going to have to check back inside this. He got Fionn Hickey here. Hickey gives it back to Boyce. Boyce is going to have his first shot at the post. Can this go over? It would be a fantastic score. Oh, it's just gone wide. It must be said that umpire was very fast to come out. He made our decision a lot easier. If we only had such rapid umpires all over, that normally they'd be laboured to go get the signal in. 6 minutes in, we're all square here. Now, Conor Ralph gets it off to Cian Galvin, and Cian Galvin's going straight to the middle. He's got 3 around him. He has an advantage anyway. They may as well have a pot here. And it is going to be Harry Doherty. No, it's gone wide, and they're going to get the free here. It was a trip, says Niall Malone, on Cian Galvin, and it's an opportunity, and much easier one, must be said, for
in fairness to Conor Ralph, he must be on 4 or 5 possessions now already. You know, he's a real good puck out option. There's space being left in front of him. You know that, and in fairness to Broderick, he's had a couple of lovely balls in front of him, but he's won it. But he turns inside, and there's always runners coming off the shoulder, which is a great sign for Clarecastle.
Yeah, well, Paul O'Connell will be thankful for the foul to be much more central this time around. Puts it over. That's his second point. Puts Clarecastle back into the ascendancy just by a point, and it looks like it's going to be that kind of a game where we're going to go seesaw, tit for tat. And here's Killian Nugent, because they're looking to arrest that. He's looking for Jacob Loughnane, and again, it doesn't manage to get clean possession the first time. Again, it's Brigdale that's on his shoulder, and he's able to move forward. He's already had a shot at the post that went wide. Is he going to have a go again? Well, he's not short of confidence, that's for certain. And but unfortunately for him, it's actually gone the same side, and a third wide for Clarecastle. Might have been better placed to put that ball inside.
Yeah, it might have been, because as you see now, Owen, there's a sweeper on either side now as well. I think the Mills went into a sweeper early, so that just means that you have to be really good either to shoot with your shooting, or there is an extra defender that you have to miss.
Yeah, and here is Conor Henry on the ball, gives it back to Aidan O'Gorman. Aidan O'Gorman finds Aidan Fall. It's all kind of precise stuff here. He managed to lose his footing there for a second, but had the cool head to get it back to O'Gorman, and O'Gorman has found Sean Boyce. Sean Boyce, he's brilliant. He just missed one a second ago. Isn't going to make that mistake this time around, and we're level for the third time in this contest. It is a fascinating one so far, because it's end to end. And Niall Malone says you got to wait for the whistle. Even he's running out of breath here. If we could do with a bit of a rest here, because it's blow for blow. We've had 4 points apiece, but we've also had 5 wide. So that means there's 13 shots to the post in 8 minutes.
You can see that they want to get ball into Boyce early, you know, ball. So Wycinski's going to have to get tighter. You know, he's a massive outlet for the Mills at the moment.
Yeah, that ball. The Sparrow was clear about it, but I'm not sure anyone else was. And Robbie Hart agrees with him, so that showed that shout kind of worked. And it's Rory O'Connell that's going to take this one. Now, is he going to be placed inside? He hasn't scored any line ball so far. It's kind of an ambitious one if he was to go for it. But who's got a movement inside? He's going cross field. He's looking for Josh Brack, who's going to be. He's got the experienced Conor Cooney, and you don't normally win a kind of a battle with Conor Cooney. Rocky plays it right down the right wing here. You know who he's looking for. He's looking for Boyce, and he's got him. And Boyce, what a brilliant one for Boyce. He finds Gary Cooney. What can Gary Cooney do with it? He can't. Oh, he's got a second bite of the cherry. Surely put it over the bar. Wide. Oh no, he's after putting it wide, and Gary. Well, that's a bit of an unfortunate one. It was a great move. And Boyce again, he's been the key man here for the Mills.
He's fantastic. He's moving from left to right, leaving the space. But in fairness to the lads outside, then are finding that space. And a beautiful inside pass. Just unlucky that Cooney couldn't take it first time.
Oh, what a catch from Harry Doherty. The thing is, he's not hurry, and he can't do that. He can't do the solo.
Since Ian Galvin done that for Clonlara, I think everyone, I didn't even know it was a free when it happened at the time, but I think the referee's going to say it, right, that is a free.
Aidan falls after throwing away his hurley. I don't know now, and that's a kind of a silly thing to do for an experienced player. There was it wasn't going to make any difference to the play.
You wonder what his defence is there, like.
I was trying to clear the ground. I was trying to clear the ground. Anyway, no football allowed today.
No, but I think it's a great skill to be able to do that with a sliotar as you're at full pace.
Yeah.
You know,
his father will be proud. His father's from Kerry, so.
Sure, look.
Frank, if you're watching this, 10 minutes in, Killian Nugent, who's not adverse to putting one over himself, it must be said. He's got 4 in the championship so far. It's certainly going to have the distance. Oh, and Jacob Loughnane came in with a swing there for a second. That's gone right and wide, but there seemed to be kind of a laboured approach from Clarecastle, and if Jacob Loughnane got a touch in it. Anyway, he didn't, and Crisis averted, it seemed. Now Doherty's on the ball again. This time he does grab it. He has a hurley this time, which makes the change. Gives it off to Conor Halpin, and Conor Halpin looking inside for Rory O'Connell, and Rory O'Connell has got away from his marker. Rory O'Connell on the ball. Oh, it's
Great
a brilliant
defending.
block. A brilliant block from, looked like Colin McNamara there. What a great block that was. He just threw his body on the line, and it manages to avoid the point. Now, still going ahead here. Conor Halpin plays it inside. Conor Whelan's inside.
Well done,
oh,
Dougie.
Killian Nugent very, very strong there to get his body in the way, and the danger averted. Very quick off his line there, Killian Nugent.
Very low, and put his body on the line, and he managed to make the save, you know. So, but look, this is really open. Like, it's, if you win the ball, there's inside runners coming, you know. There'll definitely be goals in this game yet.
Yeah, well, it's all promised by Ger here. There's going to be goals. We're only 4 points apiece so far. We're 11 minutes in. But no, we got that guarantee. We can settle into it. Now, Clarecastle have a line ball here. There's a very strong crowd here, must be said. It kind of promotes the fact that it's a standalone final on its own for the weekend. Jacob Glennan puts the ball inside. Oh. Is that a foul? No, it's just dive below, but the ball could break inside anyway. Can it be Gary Cooney? Goal! Goal for Cooney! Oh, Ger caught it. Oh my God. He wasn't making any mistake that time around, Ger.
I'm going to go in and do the latter now. Sorry, I'm God.
Ball broke inside to Gary Cooney. Bang! Bullet. Back in the net for after that.
But it has been coming on. Like, that's 3 or 4 times now. Either team has kind of won a ball, and there's been runners coming, you know. And look, that just felt lovely. Great finish.
And only seconds after Killian Nugent making a save at the other end. That just shows a 6-point swing here in this game, which will be quite important because we're going blow for blow up to that. Aidan O'Gorman putting the ball down here, but that falls perfectly for Cian Galvin. Cian Galvin has a lot of space. He's on his own half-back line. He's going to certainly have a shot at the post. It's a fantastic score from Cian Galvin. Cian Galvin's got 4 in the championship. You can make it 5, and from his own 65.
Yeah, great score, but like, the Mills need to understand that he is the extra man, you know, the spare man. Consider they're the ones that put the Clarecastle in that position, so you have to play the flanks. You can't go down century. Yeah,
and certainly playing the flanks there, and the ball was out before Jacob Glennan could swing it. It says Chris Maguire. It's going to be another line ball to Clarecastle. Obviously, Jacob Lucknan doesn't agree with him, but he has been the main outage, you'd imagine, for puck out so far from Killian Nugent.
Yeah, he has, and there's a lot of movement in the puck outs, and they're just trying to hit space. But like you'd wonder now if Clarecastle are going to really try and squeeze up on Boyce on that side, you know, to try and cut that outlet. Even if the extra man, if Galvin kind of tucks over to Boyce's side, you know, just to try and curb that, because he's the absolute main danger at the moment.
There's an interesting off-the-line battle there between Anthony Daly and Ger O'Connell. Fingers, that is.
PJ,
I should say.
No relation.
That's brewing over the far side. All in good banter, but that is if one centre back can do it at one end, Aidan O'Gorman does it at the other. That's a brilliant response from the Mills here. It's 1-5, and we're only 14 minutes into the game, and immediately pucked out again. This is going to be played at an unbelievable, breathtaking pace. It's a great foot race here between Josh Brack, who seems to try and get that ball up. Now, what can the Mills do here? They do have the ball in possession. They're going to play it back here. That's where Conor Cooney is. And Conor Cooney, let's rip down the field. He's looking for Boyce, and why wouldn't he? Boyce has been the main man inside so far, and look like he's got away from Wyszynski here. It's Sean Boyce. Can he get a point? This would make it 4 between the sides. He does. It's a great score. Made by Conor Cooney, and Sean Boyce has been a real thorn in Clarecastle's side throughout.
Yeah, he is, and Clarecastle definitely have to look at that now. You know, he has Wyszynski in serious trouble, and again, it was a fantastic delivery out in front, but then he's winning his own ball, he's winning the hard ball, and turned. Look, great score.
Yeah, the Mills 4 to the good for the very first time. It was 4-4 not so long ago. Just shows how this game can turn in a sixpence. It was a lovely bit of a nudge there from Aidan O'Gorman, just to move Conor Halpin out of the way and get that line ball. And now what are his options here? He's going to have to play it down the line, but the only man down the line is Cian Galvin. He's going to have to go cross field here, and he does, and it's a great ball down there. It's going to be between Gary Cooney and David Toohey, and it's Cooney again on the ball. He just scored a goal a couple of minutes ago. He's going to win a free here as well, and that's good play from him, a very experienced player that was on the Clare Senior Hurling panel not so long ago.
No, he done really well there to earn the free, but you were right there. Cian Galvin had taken the line as the free man. There was so he had no choice but to go across, and it was actually a really, really good ball out in front, and look, this should be it's definitely a free that he should be putting over.
Yeah, and it's a first free, actually, a first scoreable free for O'Callaghan's Mills. Killian Nugent had one from his own defence, which was more of an optimistic effort, but Jacob Lucknan now, he has scored from play. He has the ultras behind the goal there, trying to prevent him, but he manages to put it over. And now starting to be a bit of a gap here. 5 points. It's double scores now. All of a sudden, 16. We're just at the start of the second quarter. 5 points between the side. They have got 1-3 of the last 1-4 here. Ball breaks to Doherty. Doherty has that ball in his hand, but he's lost the hurley again. This time manages to hand pass rather than go for the solo. Gives it off to Conor Ralph. Fucking Conor Ralph doing it. He just hits it to the right and wide. And had a bit more time there than perhaps he thought. It's 4 wides apiece here. Killian Nugent, he's going to play it down the right wing. Fionn Hickey is down there, and he look at that as a brilliant run out. Oh, that's surely a push in the back on Colm Cleary. No, says Niall Malone. And it's instead going to be a line ball for Clarecastle. Move down, and the ball is going to eventually find touch. It nearly rolled down the line.
Yeah. This is an important part of the game for Clarecastle. You know, they're 5 down at the moment. They just can't let this game get away from them now. You know, they need to just keep, like, it has been frantic, but just that frantic seems to be suiting the Mills at the moment. You know, they're a bit more composed on the ball. Clarecastle have hit a couple of wides, but yeah, they need to keep in the game now at this stage.
Yeah. Well, here we go, and it's Aidan O'Gorman's going to take this one again. He had a brilliant pass for Gary Cooney the last time out, and he's going to go with that crossfield version again, and that's brilliant. And Jacob Loughnane has it. He's already got 2 on the board. Can he make it 3? No, it looks like it's going to go to the left and wide. It tailed a bit just right at the end there, and Loughnane is starting to influence on this game as well. This time didn't make it over the bar, but he's going to get on the ball here again. Oh, and it's a vital challenge there from Cian Galvin, but Fionn Hickey picks up the ball. He assesses his options inside. Unfortunately, he hits it straight to Cian Galvin. He avoids the first tackle, but look at that from Boyce. Boyce was as quick as anything to get out to that ball and managed to dispossess him. There's going to be a free here regardless. And he's going to be pulled back for that free. Kind of a silly one there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be Darren Moroney that wins that free, and Jacob Loughnane going to take it. And they're just going to cool things down here for a second. Robbie Hart's going to put it on, and it's an opportunity now. The Mills will be in a nice, comfortable position at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And in fairness to their forwards, you know, any time a Clarecastle player plants his feet and goes to strike, or the time isn't there to do that. So they're really, really turning them over then in dangerous areas. And yeah, the Mills are just that bit quicker at the moment in their speed of play and how they're moving the ball.
Yeah, well, he just missed one a couple of seconds ago from play to try and make it 3 for the match, and 39 in the championship overall. 27 of those, or 28 now, have been frees. Can he make it number 29? And the frees, it's very, very close. It nearly took the umpire's head off, but no, it just goes to the left and wide. And it's the 6th wide for the Mills. A bit of a let-off here for Clarecastle, because a couple of those going wide in a row, the gap could be really, really big at the moment.
Yeah, good.
Here we go, and it's 2 Millsmen collide, but luckily enough, it was Cormac Murphy that was back there doing a bit of clean-up. Communication has to be a little bit better back there, but Killian Nugent just for a second. He's not getting any sympathy from Niall Malone there. The goalkeepers union won't be too happy here, Jar. But he's still smiling after predicting the goal. The ball was kind of a bit... Judge, it's a great block again. They've had some brilliant blocks there in the backs for the Mills. Rory O'Connell, can he punish that mistake? Can he up and it does go over, and it's a vital score for Clarecastle, who hadn't scored since the 13th minute. We're now at 19, and a chance for them to just cut the gap back to 4. And a bit of dawdling around there.
Just messing, you know. At times you need to just clear your lines and get yourself out of trouble. But yeah, Clarecastle done well, turn over and get a score.
Yeah, brilliant feeling there by Fionn Hickey. Fionn Hickey's going to have a go himself. Ball's going to go high in the air. It's going to be dangerous. Can Broderick win a foot race here? He just does enough to get the ball before the goal scorer, Gary Cooney. Now, Cian Galvin has the ball. He's going down the left wing. That's where Josh Brack is, but ball breaks through to Conor Halpin. Conor Halpin has it. Halpin puts the ball inside. He hasn't... That's where Doherty is, and Doherty... that's brilliant. Brilliant from Cooney. Cooney was second to the ball, but managed to put his physical presence on it. Gives it off to another experienced player, Aidan Fall. He's taken... I was going to say he took a few steps there, but obviously got a bit of a clip as well. And Aidan Fall is going to win a free here. Aidan Fall hasn't been shy of scoring in the championship either. He's got 9 points from play in the championship from wing-back. That's a fair feat for him as well. And Killian Nugent, another shot at the post here.
Yeah, Noogie always is capable of putting a couple, 2 or 3 points in a game. You know, he takes these long-range frees. I've seen him practice them a lot anyway, and I've seen him hit him wide a lot. So in fairness, I'm hoping for him he's going to put this over.
Well, you've been right about your prediction with the goals, so I don't know.
I'd say he'll put it over.
Okay, well, he's had 1 wide so far. That looks to be a little better on target. No, it's going to go to the right and wide. But at least he learned from the first one in that he went wide at a different post this time around. It's a 7th wide for the Mills here. They won't be too perturbed because they are 4 points clear here so far. And they have a breeze at their back. And Robbie Hart isn't too sure where that's going. He needed a bit of guidance from Niall Malone, who Julie tells him that it is.
I'm sure the Sparrow's going to tell him which way he's going to go anyway.
The Sparrow didn't put up his hand there, so Robbie didn't know where to point. Anyway, Rory O'Connell here with the ball. He's about 50 metres out. He's got Doherty, Paul O'Connell and Josh Brack inside. Now, what's he going to do with it? He's looking cross field here. Oh, he's gone directly, and that's right on target there, and that's where Doherty is. But look at that for Cooney again. Oh, it's a bit of a mistake. Oh, and Doherty for a second. And was he taken down? He seemed to be taken out a small bit as well. The Mills very lucky there. Seemed a bit of a messing around there, but for a second there was a glimmer of hope for them to come through, and here it is, and there's a few scraps here so far. The ball's still in play. Stephen O'Halloran, I'm not sure he's looking around to the referee or what was he looking for. The ball is gone out, and Sean Boyce he's put that one, well, it's gone wide anyway, but it means that it was out before he actually hit the ball. Just a scrappy couple of minutes there.
It's a fumble from Killian in goals, and Doherty went in to try and feed off the scraps, and look, was he taken out? He could have been. Is that a third man tackle on a guy stopping an attacker going for the ball, but referee thought otherwise.
And the umpires didn't move the hands from the back, so they didn't even scratch a head or anything.
Didn't even look over each other.
That's always a fair sign that nothing happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's Colin Brigdale. Will he hit the flag on the ball? He's close. He hasn't moved it. Oh, he's got a good connection, but that's going to fall perfectly for Aidan O'Gorman. Oh, look at that for a brilliant flick from him. Finds Fionn Hickey, and now I mentioned he's got 9 points so far. Aidan Fall, he's going to make double figures. It would be a fantastic score. What a score it is from Aidan Fall. What a timely score as well. They hadn't scored in a couple of minutes, but now back on the board and back 5 in front.
Yeah, really good long strike there off Fall, who's done that all year, attacking. He's a real attacking, strong running wing back, and that was a superb strike.
Broderick goes left, finds Josh Brack, and Josh Brack finds Cian Galvin, who's come out from the pocket. And he's already got a fantastic score. Can he make it another one now? Oh, it's off the post. Where's it going to fall? Oh, there's good clean-up play here. It looks like Carl McNamara there. And if he wasn't there, there might have been a little bit of trouble. But there was good cover there from the Mills.
Yeah, it was great cover. But they just seem to be getting the rub of the green at the moment regarding calls or, a bit of luck that they're getting from fumbles, So, yeah, they're definitely riding their luck at the moment, the Mills.
Well, Fionn, not sure. He hooked himself, which is an unusual one. Well, Fionn Hickey maybe thought about a different option there, but at least he had the time to do so. Now, Cormac Murphy, it's a brilliant skill. Brilliant skill. Can he finish you with a point? It would be a sensational score. No is the answer. He's after putting that one wide. He got the first score of the game, but unfortunately that's an 8th wide.
Yeah, just
for the
looking
Mills.
on, I just think Clarecastle, they're just leaving the Mills get that bit extra room, aren't they? They seem to be getting their strikes off a lot easier than the Clarecastle forwards are at the moment.
Yeah, that ball bounced off a helmet there, and looked to be the helmet of a defender, but ball is waved wide, and kind of a hopeful effort from Clarecastle, but it's a 5th wide for them. Now, Killian Nugent, he normally looks for Lucknan, and by God, that's where he goes again.
Yes.
Now it's a race between, that's a great catch from Stephen O'Halloran. He had Sean Boyce, he's the new marker, and Sean Boyce has done very, very well to make that catch. Now, Connor helping on the ball. He's going to have a shot at the post for definite. Will he get a score is the next thing? No is the answer. He's after putting that one wide, and we're at the moment now we have a little bit of scrappy play. We've had more wides and scores in the last couple of minutes after a really, really frantic start. Keith Donlan has a second bite at it, but is allowed to. Now he's been faced by Harry Doherty. Gets it away to Conor Cooney, and him off to Cathal McNamara. Look where Fall is again. He's a great outlet run for a ball here. He's already got a point just a minute ago. He's going to have a shot here again. No, he changed his mind at the last minute because he had a little look up to see what his options were. One of those was Colm Cleary. Colm Cleary has it. He's got a bit of work to do here, but he has a man outside of him. It's going to be Conor Henry. Can Conor Henry get a score? He can. It's now 6 between the sides, and good patient play from the Bills.
Yeah, it is, but it's frustrating watching Clarecastle because there's no pressure being put on the striker in here at all. They've run like Fall, ran across, he 15 yards of space, to take his time. Again, pass off, loads of time to have their head up and go the opposite side of the sweeper. So Clarecastle need to up their work rate. Yeah,
and well, they're going to have to do so from a defending position now because the Mills, straight from that puck out now, have got a line ball just past the halfway line, and an opportunity now. There's been a lot of line balls over that side for whatever reason.
Dalo's over there, is he?
Yeah, Fingers and Daly are challenging for every ball. They had a gentle bit of a discussion there a minute ago. They met before the game as well. Now, it's Rory O'Connell. He's got a bit of work to do here. Oh, he just wins a free. He was probably fortunate enough to get that, but at the same time, a man landed down on top of him. He's going to need a bit of treatment here, and same thing for Conor Henry, who just got that last point for the Mills. An opportunity now for Clarecastle to eat into it, but I suppose, look, the breeze is massive, but it probably is a small bit of a factor, but I don't think it's a 5-point breeze.
No, it's not. It's just look at the moment, as I said, the Mills are playing better on the ball. I think their work rate has been a bit more than what Clarecastle's has been at the moment, you know, especially in that middle area where, you know, if you look at the quality of ball that the Mills have compared to what Clarecastle are having in this area, you know, it's chalk and cheese at the moment. So look, you'd like to think that now with this little break might help Clarecastle maybe get a message out just to go man on man. You have the extra defender back there, so just go man on man if you are on a man, and then just up the work rate as a forward group.
Well, the change he's just made, and we've just seen it there, is that Conor Ralph is going into the full forward line, and he's going to be the latest man to take on Rocky. Many's a man has tried to get the better of him. Not too many have succeeded. It's a good score, and it's Cian Galvin shows that bit of leadership from being a county senior. Does make it a 5-point game here. Now 27 minutes in. Let's watch the last couple of minutes of the half to do. Brigdale did very, very well there to get out ahead of Lucknan, but Lucknan does win the line ball. Aidan Fall has it. He's had a good couple of minutes now. Aidan Fall has really started to dominate on the ball. Now Cormac Murphy missed one not so long ago. He's run into a bit of challenge there, and that was kind of his own fault. He didn't really look up there, and now Doherty gets inside to Paul O'Connell. Paul O'Connell is in behind. He's a little bit of work to do here, but he'll certainly take a point. There's no doubt about that. Will he do it, though? No, is the answer. He's after putting that wide. Had the opportunity. It's a 7th wide for Clarecastle.
Yeah, that's the score they have to take, isn't it? You know, like you're a few points down, you need to keep narrowing that gap and keep yourself in the game. And Paul would usually 9 times out of 10 score that.
Lucknan, what a catch from Lucknan. He does give it off. It could be a great score. It goes over. Brilliant from Darragh Maroney on the left wing. Made by Lucknan, finished by Maroney. It's a beautiful score, and it means that the gap is back to 6 now. 1-10 to 7 points as we enter the last 2 minutes in normal time, and whatever Niall Malone is going to add on here. Now, Cian Broderick goes down that right wing. Doherty is a man that's fairly adept on the ball, but he's been pulled there. But anyway, he was told to get up. Fall got a small bit lucky there, but it's Fionn Hickey on the ball. Now gets it down here. Gary Cooney and David Toohey. Cooney's got the strength. Will he get the ball though? No, immediately, but he does the second time. Doesn't manage. Look, and he's got plenty of time to pick it up. Oh my goodness, he's slipping and sliding. Oh, but he's after playing a brilliant ball inside. Now, can the ball go into Fionn Hickey? Oh, Wyszynski did very, very well there just to hold up Colm Cleary just for a second there, because Fionn Hickey had made an overlap and run inside. Now, Colm Cleary still has the ball. There's a lot, it's like the ball is hot here the last minute. Nobody can get their hand on it. Mills won't mind it too much. They are 6 ahead, so.
Still have it.
Lucknan does get it off. Oh my goodness, it's just been a total scrap fest. And Evan Price gets it down, but look where he's only got it to. Cormac Murphy is going to put the ball back into the mix here. Just for a second at least, Conor Henry and David Toohey fight for the ball. Conor Henry has it. There's a goal opened up in front of him. Can he get the ball up? He's going to hold it up. Oh my goodness. He didn't even get a swipe at that. This has just been a mad.
That's a mad phase of play. Yeah, it was mad phase of play between mistakes. But in fairness to Clarecastle, they were really disciplined in their tackling and stayed in it and got a hook or a kick or a block. And yeah, it was a mad phase of play. And the Mills, you know, they're kind of unhappy they didn't get something out of that.
1 minute of additional time called here, so that means we have 90 seconds or so to go in the half. Who can finish it the stronger here? If there's 6 points between the sides, the Mills comfortably in the ascendancy. Oh, well, we're going to waste a little bit more time now, because Niall Malone says you're too far out, and Robbie Hart was the one pointing to go a little bit further back. He's against the conditions, but it hasn't stopped too much so far. He's going down that left wing. He's looking for Doherty. Doherty gets it touched it. Tries for me. He's going to put it in now, and he's going to be inside, and that's where Conor Ralph is.
Great catch.
It's a brilliant catch from Ralph. He's not going to look at this. He's been dragged. He's helmet pulled. But what a catch in between 3 Mills players.
Yeah, fantastic. Conor Ralph has that in his arsenal. He's a really strong young man, you know, that's really, really good in the air. And maybe Clarecastle might have to do that a bit more with the sweeper. Just go that bit more direct and play line, whether it's Connor inside or Howard Doherty, whichever one, but just go that bit more direct and beat that sweep extra, that +1 or sweeper.
Yeah, it is a point. It's back to 5, and we're into the last couple of seconds here, the half, 30 seconds. Will we get one more phase of play? Niall Malone's happy to to go on it.
It's a great puck out.
And it's a great puck out down here to Gary Cooney. It beats Gary Cooney, but it's going to reach Jacob Lucknan. He's been very good so far. He's nearly been horsed out of it there by Colin Brigdale. And he's got the ball in his hand again. And Lucknan. Now, can Gary Cooney do something? It's a vital touch there from Aaron Hayes, but still, that possibly was a late tackle, but it's still going, and it's Clarecastle have the ball. Rory O'Connell, can he get it away? Fionn Hickey picks it up there on his own 65. Can the Bills finish the half very strong? Ball gone down between Philip Wycinski and Colm Cleary, and there was a clever thing to do.
Yeah, he'd no choice, he'd no Hurley,
and there's no Aidan Fall to throw it away either. This time someone throws it towards him, which is a change. Now, Sean Boyce looking across. That's a dangerous ball. Not picked up. First time there's a bit of a mistake there because there was a bit of hesitation. Oh, this time it's the captain that picks it up. And is that going to be the last action of the half? Yes, Niall Malone calls it away. And it means that at half time there's 5 points between the sides. O'Callaghan's Mills here in the ascendancy. Senior redemption on the line is 110 to 8 points. And it's probably a fair enough reflection of the first half.
Yeah, it is. And the last 5 minutes of that first half has just been really, really scrappy, kind of error strewn, a lot of mistakes. But just this game is huge for both clubs, and it's just going to get like that. Clarecastle will probably be disappointed. I suppose they're going in 5 points down. Got a good score there then to bring it back to the 5 points. But yeah, the Mills have been the better team and deserve their 5 point lead.
Yeah, well, they're going to take a little bit of a break, and so are we now. You're going to watch the highlights of that opening half. But at the moment, it's O'Callaghan's Mills 110, Clarecastle 8 points in the final of the Premier Intermediate Hurling. Join us again in a few minutes' time.
Tommy Guilfoyle, a councillor who believes in people, community and respect for the responsibility to serve. As a trade unionist, GAA coach and active volunteer, Tommy stands up for workers' rights, better housing and stronger local services. If you need assistance, please contact me. Best wishes to Clarecastle in the Premier Intermediate Final.
Berwick Solicitors, a full-service firm for personal and business litigation. Clear guidance, trusted support, proven results. With offices in Dublin, Galway and Ennis. Call 065 6828 990. Berwick Solicitors. Experience, integrity, expertise you can rely on.
There's always a warm welcome waiting at Jack's Place on Main Street, Kilkishen. Join Declan, Siobhan and the team for great company, great crack and a friendly atmosphere every time. Call 087 670 9465. Jack's Place, Kilkishen, where good friends meet.
Custom sportswear and workwear by Baru Sports in Ennis and Shannon. From clubs and schools to local businesses, we design quality gear that looks sharp and lasts. Baru Sports Ennis and Shannon, custom made for your team, your work, your game. Call us now on 061 364 750.
Banner Steel, your local steel stockholders, specialising in cutting and bending reinforcing steel. For quality and service you can rely on, call 065 682 2260 or email info@bannersteel.ie. Best wishes to Clarecastle in the Premier Intermediate Final from all at Banner Steel.
Sensori, specialists in the built environment, delivering excellence through innovation, integrity and care. With over 500 skilled staff, 100 clients, and a €100 million turnover, we provide world-class service 24/7, 365 days a year, setting the standard in safety, quality, and performance. Sensori, building smarter, safer, and stronger for the future.
Inside, that's a great ball. Can he get a first score? He's going to look at the post. Can it go over this?
You
Because
can't
that
wait.
goes straight to Jacob McLean. Can he punish what was a mistake?
Great score.
He does. Possession being robbed here. That was some brilliant work there from Conor Housen. On the 45-metre line, but obviously open touchdown is not the easiest in the world. But can he put it over to McLean? But they play on, and it's Harry Doherty's inside. Doherty, can he put the Maggies in the lead?
No, great score.
Look at that. Perfectly placed. Darren Maroney will never get a better chance to. Paul O'Connell will be thankful for the phone to be much more central this time around. Puts it over. That's his second point in the bar and has found Sean Boyce. Sean Boyce, he's brilliant. He just missed one a second ago. Isn't going to make that mistake this time around. Jacob Lamb puts the ball inside. Was that a foul? Noses down below the ball. The break inside anyway. Can it be Gary Cooney? No! Goal! He's going to certainly have a shot at the post. And it's a fantastic score from Scully. That's Bruin over the far side. That's a good banter, but that is if one centre back can do it at one end from Vichinsky here, it's Sean Boyce. Can he get a point? Is he make it 4 between the sides? He does. It's a great score. But Jacob McNair now, he has scored from play. He has the ultras behind the ball there, trying to mistake. Can he open? And it does go over, and it's a vital score. Finds Fionn Hickey, and now I mentioned he's got 9 points so far in fall. He's going to make double figures. It would be a fantastic score. What a score! Man outside of him, it's going to be Conor Henry. Can Conor Henry get a score? He can. And he's a man has tried to get the better. Not too many have succeeded.
Scored out of
Lockman, what a catch from Lockman. He does give it off. This could be a great score. Goes over. Brilliant from Darren Maroney on the left wing. Made by Welcome back here for the second half of the Premier Intermediate Hurling Final. It's all on the line here. There's a rainbow has formed here, but who will get the goal at the end of this? The Paddy Brown Cup is very, very important, but just as significant is the chance to bounce right back to senior. For the Mills, it'll be a 1 year break. They were only relegated this time last year. It's 2 years for Clarecastle, and they were relegated by the Mills. And in we go for the second half. There's a change on the Clarecastle side. It's Josh Brack that seems to be gone from the team, and it's James Doherty, a man that came on and got 2-2 in the semi-final against Whitegate. So not a bad sub to be able to bring on. Actually, that is Josh Brack over there. So it isn't Brack that's
Sorry,
gone.
that's my fault.
We'll find out who it is in a couple of minutes' time. Meanwhile, the Mills are on the attack. They're already 5 points up here. They're against whatever bit of a conditions there is. And what a lovely little touch there from Boyce. Boyce finds it to Jacob Lucknan. Oh, that's not going to make the target. But will it drop short? Oh, Broderick improvised when it comes to Lucknan. Lucknan for the bullet. Oh, what a goal from Lucknan. Oh, total improvisation. He got the clearance from Broderick and straight to the net. And what a start for the Mills here in the second half. Only 45 seconds into it, and it's a goal for the Mills. What a score.
Yeah, it's a start to Clarecastle just didn't need. It was just, again, a bad mistake by Broderick. He came out, should have kind of touched, controlled hand, but it just went away from him, and it was a great finish.
Oh, and Doherty picks it straight up, and he's lost the hurley again, but gets the ball inside to Brack. Brack has the ball. Now, he's going to centre it across. Now, Conor Halpin has a bit to do here, and he's got a foot race here with the goal scorer, Jacob Lucknan, who's on fire at the minute. He's got the ball in his hand. Can he get the ball away brilliantly to Aidan Fall? Aidan Fall is on the march, and the Mills are on the march here. Can he get a score? He's already got one in the first half. He plays the ball inside to Darren Maroney. He's got 2. Fall! Can he get a goal here?
Oh.
Dragged to the ground. Dragged. And certainly he was going to have a shot at the post there, but...
Yeah, fantastic run, wasn't it? Just straight up the middle of 1-2. And straight through. But you know what? That actually is, you'll take a yellow card for that all day. You know, if you didn't take him down, there was a goal on all day, and he took one for the team.
He did at inter-county level. It'll be a penalty and a black card. It's only going to be a yellow here. Well, you'd imagine so anyway.
Yeah.
And Niall Malone is looking around. I'm not sure what he's looking around for. Stray water boys is normally the thing this year. Yeah, it's going to be a yellow card for Philip Ficzynski, but as Joe mentioned, maybe not a bad one considering they didn't want to leak a second goal in the space of a minute. Now, Jacob Lucknan does have a goal in his locker, but he's probably going to take a point here. They're 8 points in front now. What a start for the Mills here. $20-meter free. Yeah, food and drink to him. Now, 2-11 to 8 points, 9 between the sides. It's a long way back for Clarecastle. Let's see what they can do here. Mills in full control. Broderick.
Just go, Clarecastle just need to let loose now. You know, 8 points down, you just have to go. Let's have a right good cut off this.
Well, ball down towards Josh Brack. Ball breaks to Rory O'Connell, but again, it's a Mills man on the ball, and Aidan O'Gorman does very well. He shipped a heavy tackle. Managed to get the ball after Conor Henry and gets it back again and floats the ball perfectly towards Sean Boyce. Look at the damage he did in the first half. And this man did damage as well. It's Gary Cooney. Gary Cooney got the goal. Now, can he get a point to add to it? He is their top scorer. Sean Boyce is looking for his third. Oh, it just goes to the right and wide. Boyce has got 2 already. So what a period this is for the Mills. Can they put the game to bed, or can Clarecastle find a bit of a lifeline here? And it's going to have to be a major lifeline because the Mills are completely on top here. Now, ball inside there, and they seem to have the beating of all their men here at the back line, because here is Gary Cooney. That's going to be another wide, and a let off for Clarecastle here. They just need to settle things down, Gerald, don't they?
Yeah, Clarecastle the Mills are completely on top here at the moment, and you know, when you're on top like this, it needs to show and reflect on the scoreboard. You know, they've hit the last couple of wides now, and instead of 8, it could have been 10, 11. So look, they're keeping Clarecastle in the game at the moment, but Clarecastle need to pick this up big time.
And look at this, Cormac Murphy has a lot of space there, but unfortunately that's not going to go near the target either. And while they were lethal with the goal, it has been a little bit sloppy as well. There's going to be another substitution here immediately, because it's Oisin Whelan that's going to come on, and not a bad sub either. He's got 220 in the championship so far. He's going to come on here for David Toohey, it looks like. So they're sacrificing one of the backs for the forwards, and they're going to have to go for it here, as Ger said. 9 points down. It's a long, long way back for the men in black and white. Now, what can the Fireballs do to kind of maybe close out this game, or is there something here in Clarecastle? Broderick goes out right, and again looking for Doherty. Doherty collects that brilliantly. It's his first year at adult level, but you wouldn't think it from the way he plays. Now, there's a bit of hassle off the ball, but Doherty picks it up as well. He's after beating the man. Can he get a point here? They need every bit of a score. That's not going to be on target. It's gone to the left and wide. A first wide of the second half for Clarecastle, and need to be taking every score, Jar.
Yeah, they do, but that's okay. You know, at least they had the ball was up at this end. It's the first time since the game has started at the head. So, look, they need to build a bit of momentum here. Mills on the ball again.
Yeah,
poor ball.
Played inside. There's no one there, but there was a bit of a hesitation from Cian Broderick, and it made sure that Cian Galvin had a lot to do there, but he did the work, and now it's Colin Brigdale with the ball. Brigdale has it. Now going to play the ball, surely going to play it inside. Plays it back here to Oisin Whelan. It's his first touch. He's going to have a shot at the post. That's for certain. It looks like it's going to be on target as well. Oh, his first touch is goal. That's a great one. It's a first score in the second half for Clarecastle. What a score. It's 6 minutes in, and it gives him a small bit of a lifeline here. Now, ball immediately poked down. That's where Rory O'Connell is. He's not used to being at this side of the field, but looks like he's been put back to midfield for the second half because the Mills are on top. He does win a free. And just to confirm there at halftime, it was Conor Ralph actually that went off at halftime. Probably was an injury, you'd imagine, because he had made that superb catch just before it. Another substitution for Clarecastle. It's Owen Wallace is on the field. Another man with good experience. He comes on for Evan Price. So Sparrow not afraid to ring the changes here. Now, Cian Broderick down here to the mix. And look where it is. He finds.
Penalty.
Oh, it's a penalty, is right. And it is. It's Conor Ralph. I was saying he's gone. It's a penalty. He's got another catch. Oh, my goodness. Ball put down there, and suddenly that's a bit of a game changer, Jar.
Yeah, it is a bit a changer, but like that long range free was, look, the score that they just got there from long range, right? It gives you momentum. You know, they won the next puck, won a free. Now all of a sudden you can turn it, you can make it as 4-point swing here if this goes in. But look, just a long delivery. You know, Ralph has already shown he's good in the air, and look, took that well. Look, a definite foot trip as he goes through. But this is a massive point in the game where you can narrow that gap big time now.
Paul O'Connell has the opportunity here to score a penalty. It would be a massive way back. It's not a great penalty. It's a great save. Can he make the follow-up? Oh, Killian Nugent again. Two massive saves there, but it wasn't the greatest of penalties, Joe.
No, it wasn't, but look, they still need to be saved, you know, and to get up off the ground, you know, he's fair to Nuggie, he's put a lot of work into his fitness and to get a bit trimmer, as he said himself, but he did. He got up quick off the ground there and made a second save and got that ball out, yeah. But it's just there the switches in a game, you know, where Clarecastle just need to take these chances when you're a few points down like there.
Yeah, well, there was a lifeline on offer there. They're still only 8 behind, but Cian Galvin has the opportunity to make that 7 now. Opportunity missed. Penalty save. Killian Nugent to the rescue again. Just as he's done so many times for the Mills. Now, Cian Galvin looking for his 3rd point of this contest. They're going to need to score this one for certain, and they do. Yeah. Cian Galvin getting that 65, and they're into double figures now. Lead back to 7.
Important they got something out of that on. You know, to leave there without getting anything would have been really bad for him.
Oh, that's a beautiful ball down because it's found Jacob Lucknan, and Jacob Lucknan's got a goal. Oh, that's a dangerous ball inside there. Colm Cleary got a touch, but it's Philip Wyszynski that just got that ball away for a line ball, and very, very important there because that was a mishit from Jacob Lucknan.
Yeah, it was dangerous, but in fairness to him, he done well, covered inside, and look, a bit more composure, maybe got over it, but look, he done what he thought was right, and now he has it again.
Brilliant from Wyszynski as well. It's a bit of a Gary Owen, and there's 2 Millsmen underneath it. Aidan Fall being one of them, and he gets it off to the other one, which is Aidan O'Gorman. And Aidan O'Gorman, brilliant crossfield ball to Cormac Murphy. They could do it, finishing with a score here. They had a couple of wides there since they had that early spurt, and it's Fionn Hickey to Darragh Moroney, and he's never going to get a better chance of this. Darragh Moroney finds himself in space again. Brilliant point, great score. Mills back 8 in front, and simple game, Ger.
Yeah, simple game. Excellent switch of play, real composure. Just find the right guy in the right place to take the shot, you know. So really well done by the Mills.
Cian Broderick has the ball out here. He is a great challenge there from Sean Cotter. Now, what can Owen Wallace do? It's his first meaningful touch on the ball. Gets it off to Cian Galvin. Galvin, oh my goodness, he hit that straight to Cormac Murphy there. We can maybe say the sun was in his eyes, I'm not so certain. No. But anyway, it's Sean Boyce getting it off here to Aidan O'Gorman. And Aidan O'Gorman finds Boyce again. And Boyce lethal in the first half. Can he get the score? Oh, it's off the post. And what can... no, it's Keane Broad who's going to pick this one up there. Going to get that ball off there. And he's going to look for Rory O'Connell. And he's got Fionn Hickey right on his shoulder at the moment. And Conor Henry now finds a bit of space. Managed to get the ball away, but says he was out over the line. In fairness, he had won in the first half. Chris, and he's the same in the second half. Just said that he went out over the line there just at the vital time.
Yeah, just a couple of opportunities though. Clarecastle have 3 boys inside now the edge of the square, right? So the purpose of that, I presume, is to get the ball in early and fast. They need to play the ball quicker. It's too slow.
Well, that ball, they got an immediate chance because Fionn Hickey's one wasn't ideal, but Rory O'Connell is going to hit that one just to the right and wide, a second wide of the second half for Clarecastle, but they're going to need every score now if they're going to try and get back into this one. It's fairly decisive. Gary Cooney with a goal in the first half. Jacob Lucknan starting the second half off brilliantly with a second goal, a rebound it was, and now the Mills very much into the lead here. And look at Gary Cooney go. He's surely going to put it over from here. Yes, he is, and it's managed to make it a 9-point game once more. There's going to be another substitution here, and it's Patrick Kelly. Clarecastle's most experienced player is made his way on the field for Josh Brack. And you can't beat the old Warriors, sir.
No. They're trying everything they can. That's their fourth sub, I think, since half time. You know, so look, they're doing what they can on the sideline, but it's just up the work rate, intensity, energy. You know, like this game still isn't over. We've seen loads of games where this deficit has been turned around. You know, so look, Clarecastle need to get the next few scores just to close the gap.
About just less than 20 minutes of normal time remaining here. Now, what can happen here? Aidan Fall again to the fore. That's going to go out. We've had an inordinate amount of line balls in this game.
In the same place.
In almost the same position. And still Anthony Daly hasn't moved.
No.
He's still standing. Now, Rory O'Connell, can he put this ball in? We're just heading up towards the end of the third quarter. They're going to need something here. That's looked like Aidan Fall for him, but Patrick, he got a little dunt in the back from Patrick Kelly just to let him know he's in the field. Now, can the Mills get it going again? It's a brilliant crossfield ball from Sean Cotter. He's looking for Boyce, and Boyce is in a bit of a foot race here with Stephen O'Halloran, and let's look at that for hassling from Boyce. Now, there's 2 Mills on the ball. Can he get the ball inside? He can't. Boyce has it. Oh, no, it's Colin Cleary, is it?
It's a great score.
Just gone.
Yeah.
It's gone over the bar. It's a good score. Boyce and Cleary combining there.
Just real pressure from Boyce, you know, like O'Halloran's trying to just get down over the ball. He got a flick as he's going down over, no free turnover, you know, lovely pass inside, and look, Boyce has been good all game.
Yeah, there's now 10 points between the teams. We couldn't have seen that from the early start, but the goals have been very decisive here, where meanwhile down the other end, Killian Nugent's heroics have saved a penalty. Every score matters here, and it's Fionn Hickey. They're looking to hammer home their advantage now because Fionn Hickey perfectly finds Gary Cooney. He has a little bit of a slip, managed to get the ball back. He's to Darren Moroney. It's a good block from Keane Galvin, and an opportunity for the Mills to get a line ball. And we're seeing a bit of a pattern here, Gerard. Look, it's Darren Moroney getting that third point, and the Mills kind of firmly on top really at the moment.
Yeah, they are, and especially in the middle area of the pitch, you know, they're winning all the hard ball, but Clarecastle on the attack now. Yeah,
and it's Conor helping on it. He's just past the halfway line. He's looking for Doherty, but manages to pick it up. And James Doherty, as I mentioned, he got 2-2. Oh, he went for it. And Killian Nugent had to be brave with that. A little bit ambitious, you'd have to say. Will he get a second chance at it? No, because that's where Jacob Lucknan is doing a bit of defending here at the moment. And he gets that ball away, and Killian Nugent had to be alert as well. It was a bit ambitious, wasn't it?
It did, but look, that's only a bit of luck as well. He got blocked down in his clearance then, and it goes straight to Mills' men as it rolls along the ground, you know. So, look, Mills are having that bit of luck now as well, it seems.
Yeah, and look, they're here. It's Sean Boyce. Sean Boyce, can it be the clincher?
Great
no,
save.
Broderick saves, and it's just out for 65 in his near post. We've seen goal chances at either end, but both the keepers have stood up to him.
Yeah, they have, and the goalies are playing well, you know. But it came from one shot at one end that could have been a goal, but again, Boyce just turned. He's so dangerous, you know, and he'd always turn and try and take his man on, and look, he went for the near post. The project did well to save it.
A fantastic year for Sean Boyce between the Clare under-20s and now the possibility of getting his side back to senior level would be an immense carrot in itself. Jacob Lucknan now has the opportunity to put his side 11 points clear. Would be a massive lead at this stage because we're just coming into the 3/4 mark. Now, Lucknan has got over 40 points in the championship. He's not going to add to it here, that's for certain, because that has gone to the left and wide. And there's a bit of a roar from the Sparrow to say, come on, we have a bit of life here. Ball, what a ball is down there. Ball is moved around. Who's going to get it? It's a Mills man, and it's Conor Cooney, the all-reliable, gets it out to Fionn Hickey. Fionn Hickey offload to Aidan Fall, and there's a bit of a swagger about the Mills now. He goes for that crossfield ball. That's where it's going to find Colin Brigdale, and it's Clarecastle that get to build again. Cian Galvin looks up, looks to find Harry Doherty, and Doherty has a bit of company, has to check back a bit. He's going to have a shot for a point here.
Great score.
That's going to be just over the bar, and it is a small way back for a bit of a consolation at least, and they're back on the board. 11 points, down to 3 scores. 45 minutes gone here. What can the last quarter bring? Because the third was all the Mills, and the Mills on the attack again. And Aidan Fall going for his second point of the contest. Can he put this one over? It would be a fantastic score. Oh, what a score. And what a reply, Ger.
Yeah, it was quick by Killian Nugent, but really slow reset by Clarecastle. You know, he was just Fall was standing on his own from the puck out. No communication from Clarecastle to cover that man. And fantastic long range score. That's his second of the game.
Yeah, Cian Broderick going down the left wing. That's where Harry Doherty and Paul O'Connell are. And it's Doherty that gets that ball into O'Connell. Paul O'Connell has it, gives it off to Doherty. Now, can Doherty go for it? He's going to try and take a point, but he's not even going to get that at this stage. It's gone to the right and wide. Kind of snatched at it a little bit when you expect him to put that one over. But anyway, he got the last point. So
but Harry is probably the only one of Clarecastle at the moment who's really winning his own ball and is getting the few shots off. You know, like Clarecastle probably just have to go direct now. They've boys who can win ball in the air and just play direct and try to have runners off. You know, they lead a couple of goals, get themselves back in.
They will indeed, but Killian Nugent has stood up to most things so far, that's for certain. Now, ball scrapping around here. It's Philip Wyszynski there, battling away with. There's a bit of a scrappy play here, but looks like the Mills are going to come out with the ball. No, says Paul O'Connell. Looked like he was tripped and accidental, but still a trip, and it's going to be an opportunity for Clarecastle. Put a little bit of pressure here on Killian Nugent's goal. They have a strong wheeze. Cian Galvin's already got a 65 here in the second half, so this one's just going to be around the halfway line. Are you dropping it in, Joe, or are you going for it?
No, just still 15 minutes left. You know, like there's loads of time here to get 3, 4, 5 scores on a trot and get themselves back in the game. You just can't. You start going for goal too early. You're just shooting yourself in the foot.
Well, he's certainly going to go for the score if he can get it. No, he can't. It's gone to the left and wide. Cian Galvin just after that Harry Doherty one as well means that Clarecastle have had 4 wides here in the second half, but so have the Mills, and the Mills are on the ball again, and again it's Gary Cooney, and what a win. He gets it off to Cormac Murphy. Cormac Murphy has to take 2 or 3 bites of the cherry, but can he get a score, which would be vital? It's hooked over his shoulder. What a score that is, and that's just a fantastic one. Brilliant score from Cormac Murphy. He scored the very, very first point of this final, and now he's put it back out to 11.
It is, but it's so good when a goalkeeper can put the ball into your hand from 100 yards as you're coming out to it, you know. So all he had to do was just win that clean turn and a fantastic score off his right.
Yeah, Philip Wyszynski here. He's playing the ball down towards Patrick Kelly, and Kelly, in fairness to him, managed to win the ball. Now, what can he do with this? He gets it back out here to Colin Brigdale. Brigdale's going to look inside. He's going to have a shot for the post, really, and will it go over? It is a good score from Colin Brigdale. Good work there from Patrick Kelly as well. And Clarecastle just hanging on those coattails for whatever they can do now. Now, 10 points between the sides. Killian Nugent, quick to puck out. He's not willing to waste any time here, that's for certain. And ball is going to be down here between Sean Boyce and Stephen O'Halloran. O'Halloran wins it. Gets it off here to Cian Galvin. Cian Galvin, slips by a challenge. And look, it was just a little bit mistimed. I think he was trying to get the shoulder, but there was a little bit of a dummy there. And he tries to say, I apologise for that one, just in case he gets a card, I think, rather than he was really regretful.
Sorry.
Anyway, it's Cian Galvin on the ball. He's taking it from his own 65. He's going to have the distance, but he didn't have the accuracy a couple of minutes ago now, so let's see what he can do here. This one is going to go very, very close around the house. It could go anywhere. It's gone in, and I don't know if anyone touched it. Now, Harry Doherty is doing some sort of a claim to it, but that didn't seem to touch anyone, I don't think.
Clarecastle have, as I said, they've 3 inside, and you know it just causes havoc when you just go direct at times and you have those boys underneath it. That's a hard ball for a goalkeeper to deal with when guys are pulling as the ball is coming, and he'd be disappointed that he didn't stop it. But look, Clarecastle now have got a small bit of a run going now and get themselves back in the game.
Well, suddenly it's down to 7, and can the Ganders be up because Oisin Whelan has the ball. He scored a point with his first touch. Can he get another one now? Well, they have a bit of momentum. He does. Oisin Whelan. Is there life in the Magpies? They're down now. The gap is down to just 6. And suddenly, from a position where this game looked to be dead and buried, maybe there's a bit of life in the Magpies. Now, Killian Nugent out to the left wing. He's looking for the all-reliable Colm Cleary. That's going to beat him. Now, what can the Mills do to answer this? It's a good bit passage of play here. Darren Maroney's already got 3 points. This would be a great boost for them. It's a great score. Yeah. Darren Maroney, in fairness to him, he got 2 points in the first half, 2 in the second, and they needed that score.
Yeah, today it just stops that momentum a small bit for Clarecastle, you know, and calms things down again, you know, to get to, as I said, keep the game going for themselves, keep the scoreboard ticking and build on the lead they have.
Yeah, ball out towards Doherty. Ball breaks kindly for the Mills here. There's more. Look, the hurley is broken. And
it's still going.
Yeah, he won't do the soul. There's nobody has a hurley there in black, that's for certain. Rory O'Connell there is trying to shield it out. But there's 2 hurleys. One of them's broken. There was a bizarre passage of play there. But the result is it's going to be a Mills line ball right here in front of the Clarecastle dugout. Now, Conor Henry. They might want to slow things down a small bit now. We're heading into the last 10 minutes here. They are 7 points ahead. No immediate panic, but there was certainly a bit of momentum from the Magpies. That ball is broken through. Wyszynski just held up there, the ball. Now, Stephen O'Halloran has it. And again, a bit of a cool head. And the most experienced player on the field until Patrick Kelly came on it. Now, ball broken off to Whelan. He's got 2 points in a row. Now he gets it down towards the other substitute in James Doherty. He gives it to his younger brother Harry, and Harry is on the march. Harry is going to be dragged down here. It's going to be a free anyway. His brother James has it. He's going to go for it here. Killian Nugent does make a save.
Advantage.
And it's going to be the advantage. And James Doherty's not afraid to have a shot at goal.
He's made a big impact, but it's better from Clarecastle. You know, there's a bit more energy. Obviously, the goal would have brought that about. You know that, but much better for Clarecastle in last 7 minutes.
Yeah, it looks like the Mills are going to bring out a player here, just to give him a little bit of extra cover. Maybe going a small bit more defensive here to try and hold on for the last 8 minutes of normal time, and whatever Niall Malone plays after that. Paul O'Connell over this free, can he bring it back to a 2-score game, which didn't seem likely just a few minutes ago, but that gone wide? Just about goes in the post. A bit of relief from Paul O'Connell, but 6 points between the sides here.
In fairness, for Clarecastle, Harry Doherty has been absolutely brilliant this second half. You know, he's really got on his mount the ball, and he's really trying to drag his teammates with him.
Yeah. Ball up there between Owen Wallace and Jacob Lucknan, and the ball breaks down to Cian Galvin. He's going to win a free here, and suddenly the things that were going against Clarecastle are starting to go with them now. But it's time on their side. They certainly have about 7 minutes of normal time here to try and arrest this lead, which has been all the Mills in the second half. It's right down there in the mix. We saw what happened the last time that the ball was thrown down there. The ball breaks inside. It could go anywhere at this stage. Kelly's about to pull. He's, definitely he had the hurley over the shoulders there. That ball isn't going to come out too easy, that's for certain. It's still scrapping around, but Paul O'Connell thought he had it there for a second. Oh, that's brilliant. It's brilliant from Keith Donlan, I think it was, to get that ball away. There was a lot of peril there for a second, and now it's Darren Maroney gets the ball across the field. There's going to be a great full race here. Oh, Gary Cooney, did he pick it up off the ground? Yeah, I'm not sure. It's hard to know, really.
Yeah.
It was a very, very close call. But anyway, it was made.
It's made, yeah. But Darren Maroney's been very good second half for the Mills. You know, he's getting on a lot of ball. He's the 2 points scored. He's, you know, when they're in trouble or needs somebody to do something, Maroney seems to be that guy at the moment.
Darry Healy is in, former Clare minor captain, is in for Conor Ralph, who is heavily strapped on that left leg, all right. And he comes off. Now, Cian Galvin.
You know, these balls are dangerous, aren't they? That are just landing on the edge of the square. They already have a goal got off it. You know, this would be the same.
That is going right into the mix here, and they are starting to bunch around the square. It's going to go wide, and Niall Malone said there was a square ball. There was a player in there before the ball, but certainly a dangerous one. And we're about to make a first substitution for the Mills as well, because it's that man Brian Donlan is going to come onto the field. Brian, a veteran of about 25 championships, but he's going to make it one more.
Jesus, to be still going is just, it's brilliant to see.
And he lives in Clarecastle, so I'm allowed to make that joke. Ball pumped right down on top of him from the start. Can he make a difference here? Look at that. Brian Donlan straight through, and can he get an immediate score? He might even go for a goal here. Oh, it's a great flick from Aaron Hayes, or was it?
He got a bit of a swipe.
I'm not so sure it was that instant. I thought that the ball, maybe it was, surely it would be a penalty if it was inside there. I don't know.
Maybe anyway. he should have just taken his point and he would have got the belt.
Yeah. Well, look, he saw the headlines. He saw the headlines.
He saw you coming out of
Clarecastle. 5 minutes to go here. There's 6 between the sides. Surely Jacob McCann to be able to make this 7. Brian Donlan certainly made a great immediate impact. There's no doubt about it. And a chance here for the Mills to put 3 between them. 3 scores, that is. As we're heading into the last 5 minutes. Donlan is back up. Ken Lucknan put it over the bar. Well, there's only 3 on the line. If it was a little bit closer, he might be tempted to go for it, but I suppose he's going to take the point. Rory O'Connell here looks like he's going to go into the book. So, yeah, he does take a yellow. And Sparrow saying, get on with it.
Yeah, move it on.
And you wouldn't blame him.
No.
His side are 6 behind.
Well, but Clare has a bit of momentum, and he feels it on the sideline. Like, it suits Middles just to slow this right down and get their score, make it a 7-point game. But no, Clarecastle are still in this. There's they have built up momentum.
Jacob Lucknan. Oh, it's a good score at a vital time as well. We're into the last 4 minutes of normal time. And now 7 points between the sides again. They've managed to weather the storm. Now, can they finish it out? Or will the Magpies have another twist in the tail before this is all over? We're heading into the last 4 minutes of it. And that's a huge, huge puck out that's going right down there almost to the full forward line where Paul O'Connell has the ball in his hand. He's able to get it away one-handed, but there's a lot of green and the yellow sash of the fireballs right down there as well. One of those being Aidan Fall. He gets it away from danger and out for a line ball. And over the 45-metre line outside the 22.
Yeah.
So out of immediate danger, but I'm sure that this ball is going to be pumped inside again.
Yeah.
No is the answer, and he doesn't get it very far either, because that's perfect for the Mills to pick it up. And look at Jacob Lucknan is on the ball again. He's got Aaron Hayes around him, but he manages to shrug him off. This would be the clincher, surely, if he was able to put it over the bar. Wide. He's not. It's just gone to the right and wide. And I suppose a wide as good as a score maybe for the Mills at this stage.
Yeah, it is. The Mills have really withdrawn. Like, they had only 2 inside forwards inside their own 65, inside their own half. So, look, it's just a matter of now getting boys around the ball and win the second ball just like this.
Yeah, Colm Cleary is back around here, and here he's on the ball now. He was told to come back there just when Clarecastle were on top a little bit, just to steady things down and reinforce the troops. Aaron Hayes only gets it as far here. Look, it's going to come out to Darren Maroney. He's already got 4 points in the game. Can he make it 5? It would be a fantastic performance. Oh, it's gone off the upright. And this time, it's Aaron Hayes gets a little bit more purchase on that clearance. It gets right down here where Dara Healy is. But look at Fionn Hickey is fighting for every ball. The hurley has gone this time from the middle side of it, and Rory O'Connell wins. What a little bit of a pull that shows the commitment is still there. Fionn Hickey is still going to run without that hurley, but manages to get a kick away to Cormac Murphy. I've never seen so many players without hurleys in this game. And look at Aaron Hayes. He wins a free from Gary Cooney, and an opportunity for Clarecastle to try and put this in the mix. And it looks like Cian Broderick's going to come out from goal to take it. It's inside his own 45. Cian Galvin says, come on, hit it. Let's get this show on the road.
Yeah,
they're 90 seconds away.
Difficult though, and they've just have bodies back now and just going to crowd out everything and make everything just a dogfight.
Yeah, that ball is in the mix now. It's gone inside, and for a second there, Harry Doherty has it, but he still has it. He's not able to get a shot away, though. Great defender from the Mills, and look who it is again, Colm Cleary. He gets that ball away to Fionn Hickey, and Fionn Hickey's able to relieve the danger. He's going to go for it at this stage. He just absolutely gave it Hickory. Can it reach the target? No, it's a little bit short for Cian Broderick, and Broderick finds Wyszynski here. Oh, it's a great little bit of a touch under pressure from two Millsmen. He gets it right down to the corner where James Doherty is. He's already had two shots at Killian Nugent. Both of them have been saved, but he's not going to be. Look at that for Maiden O'Gorman, showing his experience there and getting the ball off here to Sean Cotter. Cotter down there to Boyce. First effort was blocked, but by Owen Wallace. Now, who's going to get on this ball? Every possession vital at this stage, because we're waiting to see how many minutes of injury time there is. Wallace gets it off there to Rory O'Connell. Rory O'Connell on the ball. Can he get a score? He's going to put it inside here. Kelly's inside there, but that goes perfectly into Nugent. Conor Cooney doing the needful there to hold off Kelly with all his physical prowess. Now it comes to Rory O'Connell again. He's had his shot a little bit short just a minute ago. Gives it off to Doherty. Harry Doherty, can he put it over the bar? He does. Yeah. It's a good score, but a long way off from getting the full restoration here. We're back to 2 scores though. We're into the 68th minute, and we're about to see what Niall Quinn is going to put up here in terms of... Oh no, it's going to be a substitution here, because it's going to be that aforementioned Patrick Donlan, the 2013 Clare's All-Ireland winner captain, is going to come on the field here for the last couple of minutes for Fionn Hickey, who, in fairness to him, hurley or no hurley, was able to...
just ran his socks off, didn't he, all game?
He did. A great work rate from Fionn Hickey, one of their younger members, and it's Patrick Donlan that's going to come on, add another little bit of experience here for the last couple of minutes. We're not sure how many minutes are going to be added on here, but that ball right down here breaks off to Cian Galvin. He gets it off to Stephen O'Halloran, and he's going to try and drive him forward for the last couple of minutes. O'Halloran tries to find Kelly inside. Kelly thought he got it past it, but Cooney was right on his shoulder, and he gets that ball away. Patrick Donlan immediately on it, gives it off to Jacob Lucknan. Lucknan's going to give it back to Donlan. Can Donlan, he's got a point in the championship so far. Can he get another one? No, he's going to try and play it inside. Oh, that's great stuff. What experience from Gary Cooney. Can he finish it off with a score? It would be a fantastic score. It looks like the clincher for the Mills, and what a score it is. 3 scores between the teams, and it's made from experience, but finished by Gary Cooney.
It has, and like in fairness to the Mills, all game they've done that really well. Wonderful. And they've had runners coming all day off the shoulder. You know, they've had brilliant ball by Donlan outside Cooney. Great score.
Yeah, and here we go. It's the Mills on the march again. They are 7 clear here, but the ball isn't going to be held up for too long. That's where Owen Wallace is. Wallace finds Dara Healy. Dara Healy going to pick off a score, but again, it just gets that gap down to 6. There's still a small bit of life here, but it depends on how long that Niall Malone is going to play here. It's 116 to 219. That's 6 points between the sides. 25 to 19. Ball down here, it's going to go all the way to touch, and an opportunity now for Clarecastle to build, but also the Mills to kind of reset.
Yeah, you see a lot of teams doing this now. When they're in the lead towards injury, this will take a few seconds off the clock. It gives a +1 to the Mills as well to be able to defend, and you know, so look, clever from Killian, you know, back there, you know, time off the clock, extra time to set up. Yeah, harder for me to get a goal.
Yeah, Cian Galvin on the ball. He gets good purchase on it, it must be said. Gets it off to Dara Healy, who's just got a point just a couple of seconds ago. He's marked by Patrick Donlan, but he finds himself in a little bit more space. He's going to put it around the mix, and he's going to try and find Kelly and Cooney are having a right old battle there for a finish. A shoulder on Killian Nugent, and illegally, says Niall Malone, and it's going to be a free out for the Mills goalkeeper, who in fairness to him has made a couple of important contributions, no more so than that penalty save.
Yeah, he definitely has. Yeah, he's played very well, but that was definitely a dive. There is nothing wrong with him. He needs to get up.
Are you saying you do any different in that situation?
No, I do a couple more rolls, I suppose, but no. That's take the clock off, get your free for your team. Yeah, well played, but yeah, get up, Killian.
Mike McGrath about to make his way on the field here. He's going to come on for Cormac Murphy. Another man to give a lot here. He scored 2 points in the game and scored the very first one that got the Mills to the brink of a return to senior level. Can't be far away now, but the final whistle. And look at Conor Cooney still to the last minute, giving the double fist bump down there to say, come on, the Mills. Here we go. Killian Nugent puts that ball right down here. Sun in the eyes of most of the players there, but Lucknan hoped to get on the ball, but the Mills still have it. There's a bit of a scrap that'll suit O'Callaghan's Mills here because it's at the right side of the field. Philip Ficzynski manages to get the ball away to Rory O'Connell, and Rory O'Connell has the ball and he gives it off to Oisin Whelan, who lets it slip the first time. And look at that from Loughnane again. And there it is. The Mills are back at senior level. Only spent 1 year at intermediate level. It's a 6th intermediate title for the Mills, and there's no doubt about it, George, they absolutely deserve this.
Yeah, fully deserved. Much the better team on the day. They look from in goals. Noogie was Killy Nugent played really, really well. Important penalty save at an important stage in the game. Kind of stopped Clarecastle's momentum. Would be disappointed with the goal, but up top is where it all. Well, midfield as well. I thought Fionn Hookie, as we said when he came off, was excellent. Darren Maroney, fantastic all game. Scored 4 points. You know, was the fulcrum for what they did. Got on a lot of ball. But inside Sean Boyce. Sean Boyce was, especially first half when the Mills were on top and somebody needed to win ball and get scores or win free. You know, Sean Boyce was that man. So look, for me, Sean Boyce is man of the match, and he was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no, 38 years after they won their last intermediate title, and what an unblemished run they had for 37 years. Only went down last year but bounced immediately back up. It's a fantastic achievement. The Paddy Brown Cup is going back east to O'Callaghan's Mills, and what a fantastic achievement it has been for the Mills. They have won all 6 games of the championship this year. You couldn't ask for any better. A perfect run, and in fairness, Joe, they had double scores in terms of scores. You know, they had that better balance on the day, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and they were finding scores easier to come by. Like, you know, a lot of scores from play. Just real clever play. You know, got players behind the ball, got a lot of turnovers from hooks or blocks, and then they broke fast, runners off the shoulder. Lovely inside ball to both Cooney, and Gareth Cooney was really good as well on the day. Fantastic goal in the first half as well, but you know, real clever ball outside the inside forwards, avoiding the sweeper. You know, just the Mills look really well coached. You could see how they were what they were trying to do and how they were trying to play. I suppose look on Clarecastle, they'd be really disappointed with how that game ended up. You know, I suppose they lacked a bit of energy. I thought watching it, you know, the Mills were working the ball out easy, getting their head up and able to pick out passes, you know, to free men. But look, Clarecastle will just regroup and go again next year. You know, they're a really proud club, and you know, the last place they want to be is to go back into the Premier Intermediate next year. But look, they just have to and do their best next year again to get out of it.
And we spoke about before the game, you know, the Mills, you know, with the average age being 28 and Clarecastle 21, you know, it was kind of more important for the Mills to get back up there with that, and that's the little bit of added experience showed on the day, didn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. But there's, like, you saw how good Harry Doherty there, especially was second half. You know, he really did try and lead the charge for Clarecastle, and Conor Alphas was up to the time he obviously got an injury there just going into half time where he wasn't able to move as fast. But look, no, there's some definite talents coming through in Clarecastle, and the signs are really positive for them. Look, to be really disappointed going home away from here, but it's hard now, but they will regroup and they will be a force in this division again next year.
Well, the Fireballs are going back to senior level for the first time since last year when they only came down, so it's been an immediate bounce back from the Mills. They also have Munster to come. They're playing Abbey Dorney in the first round of Munster. I don't think they'll mind that for the next couple of weeks. They're going to celebrate this one for certain. Now, why wouldn't they? A fantastic performance here that they're after beating Clarecastle by 219 to 116 to win the inaugural Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship. The Paddy Brown Cup remains the same though, and that's going back to the Mills and Kilkishen this evening. Have a look at the highlights here and join us again in a few minutes' time, where we hopefully have some reaction from this massive performance from the Mills.
Tommy Guilfoyle, a councillor who believes in people, community and respect for the responsibility to serve. As a trade unionist, GAA coach and active volunteer, Tommy stands up for workers' rights, better housing and stronger local services. If you need assistance, please contact me. Best wishes to Clarecastle in the Premier Intermediate Final.
Berwick Solicitors, a full-service firm for personal and business litigation. Clear guidance, trusted support, proven results. With offices in Dublin, Galway and Ennis. Call 065 6828 990. Berwick Solicitors. Experience, integrity, expertise you can rely on.
There's always a warm welcome waiting at Jack's Place on Main Street, Kilkishen. Join Declan, Siobhan and the team for great company, great crack and a friendly atmosphere every time. Call 087 670 9465. Jack's Place, Kilkishen, where good friends meet.
Custom sportswear and workwear by Baru Sports in Ennis and Shannon. From clubs and schools to local businesses, we design quality gear that looks sharp and lasts. Baru Sports Ennis and Shannon, custom made for your team, your work, your game. Call us now on 061 364 750.
Banner Steel, your local steel stockholders, specialising in cutting and bending reinforcing steel. For quality and service you can rely on, call 065 682 2260 or email info@bannersteel.ie. Best wishes to Clarecastle in the Premier Intermediate Final from all at Banner Steel.
Sensori, specialists in the built environment, delivering excellence through innovation, integrity and care. With over 500 skilled staff, 100 clients and a €100 million turnover, we provide world-class service 24/7, 365 days a year, setting the standard in safety, quality and performance. Sensori, building smarter, safer and stronger for the future.
Many's a man has tried to get the better of him. Not
Absolutely.
too many have succeeded.
Scored at him.
Luckland, what a catch from Luckland. He does give it off. It could be a great,
That's a great score.
Goes over. Brilliant from
Yeah.
Darragh Maroney on the left. Drop short. Oh, short. Improvised when it comes to Luckland. Luckland for the bullet. What a goal from Luckland. 20-metre free. Yeah, food and drink to him. Plays it back here to Oisín Whelan. It's his first touch. He's going to have a shot at the post. That's for certain. It looks like it's going to be on target as well. Oh, it's first. Just as he's done so many times for the Mills now. Keane Galvin looking for his third point of this contest. They're going to need to score this one for certain. And they do. Hickey to Darragh Maroney, and he's never going to get a better chance of this. Darragh Maroney finds himself in space again. Brilliant point. Great score. Mills back very much into the lead here. And look at Gary Cooney go. He's surely going to put it over from here. Yes, he is, and let's manage to make it. Can he get the ball inside? He can't. Boyce has it. Oh no, it's Colin Cleary, is it?
It's a great score.
Just gone.
Yeah.
He's gone over the bar. It's a good score. A shot for a point here.
Great score.
That's going to be just over the bar, and it is the Mills. And the Mills on the attack again. And Aidan Fall going for his second point of the contest. Can he put this one over? It would be a fantastic score. Oh, he has to take 2 or 3 bites of the Put a bit of a cushion there. Okay, thanks very much, Mike. We're joined here by Conor Cooney. Conor, you must be absolutely delighted with that.
Yeah, no, very happy to get over the line. I suppose we don't see a whole lot of silverware at this level. I suppose the 2020 final in the senior. I suppose we ended up back down here, and just to get back up and win it, it's just utter relief. I think it's just relief more than anything, to be honest.
But like there was that determination there, maybe from the fact that you were relegated last year and kind of that eagerness to make amends. But like you've been flawless all year, that kind of edge and determination all year was evident.
Yeah, look, it's been a great commitment from everyone in the club, right throughout. I suppose the board, ourselves, the players, and then the management, Sean Doyle. We really got bought in with Sean. Pushed us hard, we trained hard, and there was a great honesty and spirit about the team. And look, it proved today. It just came through for us at the end.
Yeah, maybe that little bit of experience as well. You know, I mean, obviously he got goals at vital times, but that little bit of experience, cool heads when needed most, when it was a bit frantic out there.
Yeah, look, I don't know about experience. We don't have great experience of winning finals, but look, it's a new way forward for us. We've won a final now. It's been a long time, I think, 77 since we last won the intermediate. We were, I suppose, heartbroken in 86 and 1990, 93 and in 2020. They've been sad stories, but today's a good story for us. And we won the 14 this morning, so winning becomes a habit, hopefully, and we can keep on winning.
And you can see the crowd and what it means here as well, you know, for all the young and old here to win a title and get that bit of silverware.
Yeah, look, it's a small club. We're very tight-knit. Look, there's players, I suppose, who couldn't be with us today. There's other players, I suppose, that fell off the panel throughout, and every one of them means so much to us and what they gave us throughout the campaign. And as much as we've done it for ourselves, we've done it for the supporters, we've done it for them players, and it's just a great day for the parish, really. It's a great day for the parish.
You want to talk about it, but there is a Munster campaign to come as well. I suppose we won't think about that for the moment anyway.
No, look, anything after this is a bonus for us. We just take day by day, and that'll be what it'll be. At least we'll go in, hopefully with a bit more freedom into that competition, you know, and the monkey's off the back in a way, and really we look forward to playing maybe senior next year and maybe competing a bit better than we have.
Yeah, we'll have a couple of weeks to think about it anyway, so I'm sure you'll have a few celebrations. Well done, Conor, and enjoy the celebrations. Thanks, Mike. We're going to just join here with the presentation because I think Kieran Keaton, the chairman of Clare GA, is ready to go, and Aidan O'Gorman is about to go up and collect the cup.
First of all, a few thank yous to our ground staff here and all the work here on our match days, our shop stewards, our gate checkers, our civil defence, the Gardaí, and everyone that helps out to make sure that we can host games safely here and get to see exhibitions of hurlings like we saw today. To our referee, to Niall Malone, and to his linesmen Robert and Chris, and the umpires and fourth official Ger. Thank you all for the work you do officiating at our games and making sure that the rules are applied and players are kept on the right side of the law. So well done to our referees, linesmen and umpires. To Clarecastle, a young team, obviously. We knew that you were coming in here with a panel with a majority of under-21s in it. I know we'll see you back here before long again, hopefully back in the county final. Hopefully it'll be a Premier Intermediate final for you to get your chance again to ascend back to the senior ranks. But for today, I know it's disappointing, but there can only be one team to come out on top. To our sponsors, TUS, who sponsored the senior Premier Intermediate Championships. Just like to thank TUS. I know there was one of them there is adopted Millsman Adrian, so I know he'd be delighted today representing TUS here. So just like to thank them as our sponsors. But without further ado, I'd like to call on Aidan O'Gorman to accept the Paddy Brown Cup. So to Oz Moororm and Corn Padraig De Bruin, the captain and Forna, Milton O'Callaghan, Aidan O'Gorman. Well done, Aidan.
Thanks. On behalf of the players and management, I'm absolutely honoured to accept this Paddy Brown Cup on behalf of O'Callaghan's Mills. Starting off this year, we had one goal in mind. That was to retain our senior status. And we knew it wasn't going to be easy. But we kept the heads down, we kept believing, and today we stand here as Premier Intermediate champions. I'd like to start by thanking our management team, Sean Doyle, Patsy O'Donnell, Joe Cooney, and Robbie Madden. Our first aiders, Marie Donlan, Billy Murphy. Our physios, Donny Whelan. Our stats team, John Maroney, Brendan Noonan, and Dermot Bice. It's been a pleasure working with you throughout the year, lads. The time and effort, belief you've had in us means a huge amount to all of us. To the volunteers within the club, I'll do a thumbs up again down this direction. Your support never goes unnoticed. From washing the jerseys to ensure we're always fed throughout the year. We just want to say a massive thank you, and we appreciate everything you do for us. Thanks very much. To our families, wives, partners, thank you for your patience, encouragement, and for putting up with us throughout the year. When we're sore, we can be fine and cranky at times too, but gone training 3 or 4 nights a week. This one's for you too. Thanks very much. So Clarecastle, lads, hard luck today. You put it in a massive battle, and in fairness, you left everything out there. There's great hurlers within the club, and you've great lads over you. Keep up the hard work, and you'll be thereabouts this time next year. Well done. To our supporters, the colour, the flags, the buzz around the parish all week has been unbelievable. Your support all year, and especially today, really helped us get over the line. So we just want to say a massive thank you for that. And finally, to the lads that soldiered with me throughout the year. Lads, the honesty, the fight, the togetherness, it's been something special. We've pushed each other all year, and today it has really paid off. It's been an honour to captain you all year, lads. Fair play to you. I just want to say well done today on the 14s earlier. Great win, lads. Fair play to you. I'm going to finish up by saying I hope everyone has tomorrow booked off, lads, because we're going to enjoy this one. We'll see you later in the village. Thank you.
take this.
You were the much better team in fairness.
Well,
Bit better bell.
Yeah, but he said fucking away.
Yeah.
He did,
Got the penalty.
I know, it's been taken into the chase. That's it, brilliant. Whenever you're ready. Yeah, ready when you are.
Thanks very much.
Welcome back here. We're just in the midst of the celebrations here for O'Callaghan's Mills, and we're delighted to be joined by selector Joe Cooney. Joe, an unbelievable day today for the. You can see the excitement and the celebrations that are around here. It was a great day for the parish.
A fantastic day for the parish. I mean, look, when we got relegated last year, it was a lot of disappointment in the parish, but we must say, we know with the young panel of players coming. We've been seniors since 77 up to last year. We got to a number of county finals. We won a number of Clare Cup finals. Unfortunately, we didn't win a county final. But the most important thing is the club officers, managements of teams and the players stay playing, stay positive. Unfortunately, we played a couple of relegation finals in the 2000s, unfortunately from 2000 up to 23, 24. But the most important thing is, once you go down, with a lot of young players in your panel, regroup, we got in a no management, and complimentary all management was there, but the no management, especially Sean Doyle, the coaching and the training he done was simply fabulous. The commitment he got from the players was simply fabulous, and both of us know if we don't work together, work as a team, work with your management team and work with club officers, you'll find it hard to succeed. That's what has happened in the Mills over the last 12 months, and today is simply a fantastic day for the Mills GA.
And about that, because getting relegated, a lot of teams would have been kind of wallowing in self-pity or anything like that, but if anything, it seemed to kind of galvanise you and kind of circle the wagons a bit. There's been a great kind of club solidarity here, determination all year to only with that sole focus of getting back to senior level.
That was the sole focus from day one. When we got relegated last year, that was our sole focus, to get back up as quick as possible. We're all well aware of teams that went down there. It's a very strong competition, more so now that it's the Premier Intermediate competition, and it's hard to get back out of it, but we're totally focused on getting back up. First year, in fairness to Clarecastle, they did put up to us today. They're a fabulous team as well. They're coming with some fine young hurlers, and we could see that. And we know if we stay down there for a year or two, it gets harder by the day, and that's where we're totally focused. And also, I must mention our under 14Bs this morning, who had a fabulous win out in Caherlaw in the under 14B final, and that'll tell you the amount of work that's going on in our parish. And even here today, our senior panel, a lot of them very young. A lot of them after coming through mine, a couple of more good players coming through. And the likes of the older lads, the likes of the Donlans, Connor, the O'Gormans and lads like that, Aidan Fall, simply fabulous, and they were brilliant there today.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose the goals came at vital times too. Gary's in the kind of midway through the opening half, and then Jacobs just on the start of the second half was it gave you a bit of a cushion then.
I gave it a bit of cushion, but they were well-worked goals, but a lot of hard work went in, and as both was the training over the last number of months was emphasised on trying to get goals, because we know we wouldn't beat Clarecastle today without getting a couple of goals, so that was worked on. There were good goals, but as well there was some fantastic points scored as well, even from awkward angles and from play, some fantastic points. I must say say it was a fabulous display by the whole team and by the subs that came on. But most important, we have a good panel, and without a panel, we all know you wouldn't have the players at that level. That's vital and important. And today is a historic day for the Mills. Winning the intermediate since '77 was the last time playing intermediate. We won in '77, back in 2005, playing intermediate again, and we've won again in 2005. Was simply fabulous and a fantastic achievement for the club.
And well worth celebrating. I'm sure you'll celebrate this one well.
We'll celebrate this one well, but I believe there's a Munster Club game coming up in a couple of weeks' time. But again, look, we have a fantastic panel of players, and I've said earlier on, once the message went out, there was no need for the management team to start ringing players. They all came along, they done their job, and that was proved out there today. And that's what GA and clubs and most all the volunteers that put in their effort as volunteers is simply fabulous. And today, again, as I've said, is a fabulous day for the Mills GA.
And I'm sure you'll bring a bit of a spring back in your step up to the Dáil.
Whenever I get back up there, Owen.
Well, it won't be tonight anyway. We'll celebrate that one. Thanks very much, Joe. Enjoy the celebrations and well done to the Mills.
No problem. Thank you very much. Okay.
So that's it, Mike. We must say a fantastic day here in Zimmer Biomed Park, East Og, the Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship for the very, very first time. It's heading back to the Mills for the 6th time in their history. It's going to be a massive night in the Mills and a big couple of weeks before they meet Abbey Dorney in the Munster Intermediate Championship. Thanks for joining us here today. Thanks. Look up on streamsport.ie and Clare GA TV for social media for further updates. From us here, we're going to say congratulations to the Mills and thank you for joining us here today.